Okay, then let's continue from yesterday. Where all we need to do to win the war is to win the siege. Yippee! It's gotten to the point where my entire navy is just going back to their usual civilian duties of protecting trade. Oh no, something's attempting to siege down Yugo. Where is that again? Up north? Yeah, now that I look at it, I think I need to remember that. Well, then again, zones of control, which means... Okay, so the colonies are protected from anyone except for maybe Ashikaga. I'm not sure how this situation would evolve through here, but... Yeah. Outside of maybe Ashikaga, like, the colonies in Hokkaido are protected. Okay. Don't need the spy network in Tokyo since I'm just going to directly annex them. That's going to be a 24 aggressive expansion penalty to the very closest ones. And I just need to go deal with them before they become an actual issue. So what is that going to do with all this money? Let's see here. Okay, so they have a trade wharf, so communication should be a non-issue for the time being. Why does this place have a warehouse? Oh, well, there is a decent number of people here. And it produces linen. Eventually it will also produce something else, but that's neither here nor there. The city can use some development, though. Well, let's face it, it's going to be a while. Although I doubt it's going to be a full 9 months, it's probably going to be at least 4, maybe 5 before I'm able to actually... Fine, I do like that benefit. Tikugo. It's going to be a while before the... So it's probably going to be 4 or 5 months before the communication efficiency gets recalculated and I can actually core the province. So I might as well spend the time getting the improving some of its economic infrastructure because you could actually use it. As well, so not just improve trade, but also improve urban gravity for, well, its population that's higher than 40k. So it was maybe also build a university there once things settled down a bit more. Bulletproof armor. As guns become more common on the battlefield, knights demanded thicker armor that was proof against bullets. Armorers would file a pistol into the breastplate, leaving behind a dent that showed buyers the armor safe to wear. You know, if I were an armorer, I wanted to sell subpar versions for one reason or another, or maybe a con artist. I would actually make it a glancing blow. Make the dent so small yet still present to show that yes, the thing is so bulletproof and so resistant that it looks like you can hardly even tell it was shot. And of course, that would be a lie, but what's the point of a con artist? And I'm sure some people actually did that. Although I'm also pretty sure the ones with actual important reputations, high quality reputations of, you know, producing actual good things. would use the direct fire method. Kaiu Goku. Who the heck are you? Oh, yeah, you're that guy. The really disconnected realm. Oh, at least Maya has... Oh, wait, no. That's the wrong one. Yeah, Usagi is still quite rebellious against Maya. Maya. Wonder what happens when I click this button. Does it also cost us the ability to change this around? Aww. Because native trading is actually a pretty bad idea to use. Since as far as I'm aware, native assimilation doesn't even do anything. Unless it makes it so that tribal is present. So it's at 50% rather than... Well... That's a tribal percentage of only 20%. That's... 18.5%. Well, legalism is going to spread here fast, and that's the main thing that drives tribes to settle down. The other is a decent amount of urban gravity. And there's other influences as well that can adjust things. And I would really like for tribals to settle down, because settled tribals actually produce extra food and wealth, which I can tax to make money. That's really the main reason why I want them settled. I don't actually have anything against tribal people, personally. And I can probably say that on just about anything. However, in-game, I am playing as a state, and tribals are annoying and difficult to tax, since they don't actually produce wealth on their own. As a result, I'd rather they all settle down, since it would be, well, in my interest that they do so. Well, time to invest into something. This is a relatively wealthy province. It also happens to be further inland. So I probably should build... Oh, not a core. Never mind, never mind. Check to see if any important cities don't have a paved road network yet. You know what? You're important enough. I'll just cover 50% of the cost for now. That way, if I hit the effect again before Tokati ends up finishing, because I want to spend quite a bit of time investing into that. It would be easier without having to, well, having a lot of manpower in that background in order to be used for such endeavors. Rejoice! It's not like I have the minimum points for Wawari anyway. Okay. Yes, 1,000 ducats. Let's fill my pockets to the brim. I'm going to need 282. It's definitely going to be a long while before I can afford it. How's this city looking? Well, might as well build the Craftsman District. Its population hit 100k, so this will not only increase the amount that the previous 80k produced by 0.05 per 10k, it will also increase the 20k there by 0.9. And that doesn't even include any population growth that occurs afterwards. Oh, well, it's in the process of building. Sure, I spent more money than I earned, but not much. And I've hit my resting point in corruption. Interesting. Oh, it looks like someone's actually doing exploration ideas. Someone else, anyway. Probably one of the historical colonizers. That's fine. I figured someone would eventually pick it up. I wonder who, though. Because you need naval ideas. It's unlike a landlocked nation. We'll not take that. Because why would they? I'm sure the AI is waits to make sure that doesn't occur. Besides, most landlocked nations that have nearby uncolonized provinces will still be able to get a colonist through policies. It's entirely possible that it's Tian. No, it's not. Of course, no. I wouldn't be that surprised if... Yeah, Sunda could grab it if they wanted to. Well, they would have to hit Diplomatic Tech 19 and then Admin Tech 16. A lot of them down here are taking naval ideas. They could take exploration, but it's unlikely. The Ottomans are hopelessly behind in admin tech. Logistic ideas. It's entirely possible for the Mamluks to have grabbed it. No, they don't even have naval, so... I have no idea who has it. I probably can't see. Danish Sweden. Okay, Denmark could... Well, okay, not yet. They would need... Oh boy, Kalmar Union. They're about to... Okay, they're in the middle of trying to integrate Norway, but Norway, for whatever reason, has a decently high liberty desire, so... Oh well. That's something that can be dealt with later. Eventually I'll learn about the rest of Europe via the natural transmission of information on the world, maps, and whatnot. I guess a new religious head. Maybe. Possibly. Still gonna be several months before that's up. Yeah, that's going to take about a year and 3/4, I guess. Yeah. I'd say a year and 9 months. So let's finish upgrading the road. And pay off the rest with ducats. Not to worry, that is only 2.5 months worth. Which 2.25. I'm producing 40 ducats per month. Or, well, I'm taxing that much. I'm sure the population is producing much, much more. It's just that the wealth hasn't actually caught up yet. And so long as growth occurs, that will be true constantly. Invest money, and grab some ducats. How's my stability looking? Good, good. And I can revoke a privilege soon. Ish. I can also choose to demote, but that's a terrible idea. Or I can get some monarch points. Not a huge amount though. Although I'm finally parity. I finally caught up to the world standard, highest standard in diplomatic technology. Korea is really far ahead as they've managed to hit nigh parity in all techs. Despite the fact that they're actually going on a pretty decent conquering spree through Manchuria. On the other hand, most of these provinces are actually pretty garbage, so... This isn't really that many ducats, is it? It's about 8 months? 8.5? No, not 8 months. 6.5 months. Yeah, it's not actually that great. And I do need administrative points in order to actually core this province. So I'll just take the points. Additionally, it will help me continue to tech up. And eventually start investing into economic ideas. I'll probably just ignore admin tech for a while. Because I'm not even using all 7 states yet, right? Am I using all 7 states yet? I would like to know. No. I don't have any territories at the moment, but if I want to... Probably should check. Okay, so I've stated everything here as well as everything here. Also, over here I've stated this. There's 3 more states that I haven't touched yet. I can afford to state one of them, the rest will have to remain a territory. At the very least, Hokkaido is all one state of all this. Well, not just Hokkaido, but also Sakhalin and the Kurils. Regardless. Yes, thank you. I'm fully aware of that. It does get a little bit annoying when you can't core provinces simply because you just don't have enough points to work with. Well, it's a very good feature. And I enjoy having it. Takes one of the little bits that I dislike in M&T and just removes it. Having to check every once in a while to say, has it recalculated yet? Can I core yet? No? Sad. And then forget about it, and then you're like, oh wait, right, I conquered that province. When did I do that? How much money and manpower could I have saved had I actually gone ahead and cored it? No. Oh. Urban industry arises. In Ise. I think it's just getting it from... Okay, it's getting it from another province. Nearby. Right, so... 2 silk, a Chinaware, and there's no other luxury goods. Well, tier 3 goods. The tier 2 goods that I currently have are 1 metalwork, 1 cloth, and 2 linen. Out of all of these, I think... Yeah, I probably should do metalwork. Because this one I can choose to either do jewelry or steel, and the other one I can just... And then in Issei I can just do the other one. Metalwork is what I choose. Cost me 25 ducats and just dump it into the Issei. Fact of the matter is, this means that this is probably a province that I want to invest some time into. Maybe not improve the road network much yet, but maybe improve the amount of urban capacity, urban gravity, so that population can actually rise to around 40k. Although the province doesn't even have a marketplace. Well, I've got the money to build it. Besides, the marketplace increases urban gravity by 20%, right? 25%. And the base urban gravity is 14k, so we should raise it by around 3.5. It's a little more than that, but should improve the growth of the province. Although it's unlikely going to get hit 40k with just that. I'll probably build a warehouse there later, and then maybe also improve the road. I mean, I think it already has a trade wharf anyway, so that's not going to be an issue. I think it should be around the amount. No, 282, that's right. Cores are expensive. I'm not sure if Tokati's actually going to be done this session. I mean, it's been about half an hour. Well, actually, yeah, it probably will be as long as nothing interesting happens. Dang it. Okay, manpower grows faster than... pretty fast, so... Yeah, I can't even improve the fort. Do I really want to spend that much? Nah, let's just do 50%. That will maybe be enough for the guy. No, it's probably not going to be enough for it to just... Oh well. I mean, there's also the what the settler does, which is has a random chance of increasing the population by a small amount. And this could fire at any point in time. And I really don't have any control over it. Oh well. I'm growing economically, so I can't really complain too much. Okay, now it's enough. Core. Yeah, okay, it did. The ruler is dead. Long live the ruler. Oh, he's temperate. And the air is actually pretty good. Massive celebration. Oh, right, I probably should check on the estates. Honor noble house. Honor noble house. Okay, so the greater nobles have gained a lot of strength recently, so we'll have a decent amount of capability to resist this, if they choose to. If they decide to wait and not do so, that's good. However, I am fearing right now the potential of dropping down 3 stability points. It's unlikely, but certainly possible. Oh, they accept it. Not even a chance to lose the stability. Also, has my colonial range just... Yes, it did. That teleport. Okay, nothing interesting. That's strange. Yeah, my colonial range has just increased. Yeah, there's nothing new. Alright, go back to what you were doing. Okay, at the end of this month, Tokati will be for sure ready to be developed. Sakari now has level fortification, EU now has maxed out fortifications. Let's grab Zen Buddhism. Since I have done so before, I might as well do it again. I do wonder. What is holding me back? -1%. It's a lack of religious unity, as well as the shortage of missionaries modifier, which will expire in 4 years and a few months. Also has a negative impact on my prestige, so I'd like that to disappear relatively, well, sooner rather than later, but... Right, full gore, since it's actually a pretty junk province, it's not going to do any harm. Now I just need to increase it by 2. I don't want double the growth. The urban gravity. Or, well, 1.5. Whatever. I'm not going to focus on min-maxing it at the moment. I'll just get the Karels and the southern half of Sakhalin colonized in order to get all of the Ainu provinces under my control, and then I'll think about, well, doing some colonization of the American coastline. Because creating and dragging a lot of trade over my way should be good, right? Hostile religious head. The head of our state, religion is actively hostile to the state. He uses influence and authority to impose his language and beliefs on the church and the country. Ah, lovely. Well, let's just play Tribute to the Spirits for now. Sure, it will take a long while for me to convert one of those provinces, but it's not that expensive, and well, it's not really that high priority. I will admit that. Right, so first things first, I'm going to be building harbors in order to get the atrocious communication to at least be from atrocious levels to just bad. At the moment it's 52 days, which... yeah. Okay, there is. It's not really atrocious, it's just really bad. I want to turn it into just bad, though. And building a trade harbor will help with that. Think about it. I should actually focus on this, too. Pay off the rest with ducats. Okay, the road will be finished in 5 years. I'm gonna need more manpower, though, if I want to put a fort. Because I'm going to be spending every ducat I can into developing this place into a, well, an area with a decent amount of development so that I can actually accept Ainu culture. Because you need 20 dev. And once the culture is accepted, missionary strength will increase by 6%. Also, I need 199 diplomatic power. Wait, development... wait, what? 21? 8, 5, 3. Is it counting the development from these provinces too? 8, 5, 3. And a 1 and a 4. Still doesn't seem to make sense. Yeah, that doesn't add up. 8 and 5 is 13. 17. 20, 21. Okay. Huh, so I can actually go ahead and accept the culture. Accept it almost immediately. That's good. Well, marriage. Definitely going to need a legitimacy buff. Because my current resting point is at around 76. No, not 76, 71. Thanks, religious head. I don't like this event at all. I really, really do not like this event. Alright, see me in new security. Why is Ashikaga getting cores over the newly colonized provinces? That's a bit strange. Guess maybe they consider Ainu to be part of their cores. I have no idea. I can't even tell what's their core and what's not. I still have to figure this out. And I do have a... Yeah, taxation is going to be... Yeah, it's going to be about 2 less ducats per month. Whereas the autonomy, I have no idea how that's going to factor in. And it's going to remove some of the delicate balance I have in some of those provinces. Especially in my core part where I've built a balance with universities and maintaining 0 autonomy. I think the plus 0.05 is going to... He was perfectly able to break that, so... I'd rather be careful with that. Right then, so once the fishing port is done, I'll go ahead and build the trade harbor. Again, to upgrade communication from rather bad to just bad. And I'm getting pretty close to the amount required to accept a culture. No, accept Ainu culture, specifically. And so that they produce less unrest, and more importantly, once I get the missionaries back, then I'll have, well, more to work with. Strengthening the land. Yes, I'll be taking those admin points. I don't produce many diplomatic points now that my new ruler has literally 0 skill in it. So I produce 6 per month. 3 from the base amount that every country produces, plus 2 from focusing diplomatic, and then there's also 1 from the advisor. So I produce 6 per month. So at the end of this month, I'll be having enough to accept Ainu culture. Because an unaccepted culture gives plus 2 unrest and minus 6% missionary strength. Which is different from base game. In base game, you get reduced economic, so you get unrest and the missionary strength. However, the unrest is harder hitting, and the missionary strength is not quite by as much. As well as economic penalties, reduced manpower, tax efficiency, and production efficiency. Accepted cultures in M&T, it's actually really simple. They get half the unrest penalty, which is still quite small for an unrest penalty. As well as, I think, minus 2% missionary strength? I can just check. Minus 2%, yeah. Anyway, that's done, so let's go ahead and build that trade harbor. By that point, I think the urban gravity should have risen enough to not... so that population growth will max out. Population growth maxes out when Takati now has rural infrastructure. Joy. It looks like the lesser nobles want a piece of the pie too. Additionally, autonomy is starting to decrease. Centralization, power of a state, full bureaucratic, education level. Controlled by lesser nobles, tribals present. Communication is still difficult. There's no reason why it would change in the first place. Well, before anyone does anything, I'll just go ahead. Go ahead and start building fortifications here. It's not a bad place for a fort. Since it's still -1 die roll for the attacker. Actually, I think it might be the best place on the island. Yeah. It has the most buffs. Of course, that makes it also the most expensive place to put it, but it's a bit splitting hairs at the moment. Besides, forts also provide economic benefits, although it's mainly just urban gravity. Yeah, it really is just urban gravity. I figure that the communications will be similar to this. I'd say 40 days is what I'd expect it to be in Tokati. Although, I'm just going to say it's definitely going to be below 45. Which is still a month and a half. That's pretty good time, considering it's the 1500s. The Scots Trade League has disbanded. That's highly important and vital to my own interests. Right, so assuming circumstances don't change, which of course they will change, the resting point for autonomy is 63.6%, which is not exactly good, but considering how far away the province is, I'm fine with that. So I don't plan on developing this to be much more than the economic hub, to help me control trade while I don't have full control over the Nippon node. And to get more trade power in Manchuria, of course. Because why wouldn't I? Alright, so I got the stab back. That's welcome news. So legitimacy is no longer completely in free fall. Still reducing, but the resting point is now at 93. Or around 93, 94. The trade harbor takes a little bit longer to build, though. It's going to be done in a year and a half. So. Additionally, Katami will be done by the end of the month. I think that would be a good place to stop right there. Oh, the advisor died. I don't need a colonel. I don't have mercs. So merc stuff is useless. And I was entirely focused on mercs. Well, actually, I won't stop quite yet. Tosan culture. Where is that even? Chugoku. I guess I did. I was a bit off in my clicking. Okay. Make Katami a full-scale core. It will start at 100% autonomy, but doesn't really matter to me. Besides, the province is really just not valuable, so I don't care at the moment. Now think about it, who are you allied with? Kaimiya and Kaigoku. You're not allied with Tsunomaya. You're allied with the small country of Ogasawara. Right here. Yeah, you're a fine target for conquest, I must admit. Although I won't be doing that. Ditching my aggressive expansion is at around 37. And I can't handle a coalition yet. Or at least I'm afraid to try to handle one. Especially since there's so many just tiny little nations that have 2 force limits. And that's not even including the possibility of levies. And how much they're going to add to my problems. Oh well. It's close enough to an hour. And this will arrive in the province in about 15 days. Besides, the negative 37, that was the highest. I think the lowest was around negative 30, and that's not including my allies, because my allies are not going to form a coalition. You can't form a coalition if you have a truce, or if you're allied, and if you try to leave the alliance, you can have a 5-year truce. So if I wait for about 5 years, it's going to reduce by about 10, so and then 10 years, 20. So if I wait for 15 years, it would be approximately all the way gone. Of course, I probably won't do that. I've got more interesting things to do. I can always conquer slowly. And just core over time. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then.